The real virtue in crowdsourcing and the consumer is that the consumer is embedded in this concept of crowdsourcing. And when he is part of this crowdsourcing effort, he gets ideas, he's able to think a little more, and then actively vote with his wallet. Frankly, to me, the whole idea of crowdsourcing is a very unique and a very innovative way of reaching out to the consumer. If the consumer doesn't vote with his wallet, this effort will get stymied. We believe that crowdsourcing is the ideal way to connect with the consumer and to keep him motivated. And to this extent, I believe these kind of ideas that have come about has been right on target, and we believe that this is the way to go.
I think for a company like Britannia, the whole idea of getting a lot of participation from youth to contribute to business ideas, to contribute to marketing ideas was a great idea in and of itself. I think what it enables us to do is to take this diverse set of ideas and then concretize it. See, this is the first time we've done something like this. People who've been working with the teams and coordinating with them, tell me that I think the level of participation was great and intense. I think we will take some of the ideas that we've shortlisted. So we do take this thing seriously. Sure. We do take it seriously from another point of view, which is that given a world of ideas and choices, we've got to make the call on what is relevant and what is not relevant. Sure. I think the third way of looking at it is, it's not about asking a question and getting an answer. It's about asking a question and getting a diversity of views.
We were really overwhelmed. More than 100 responses came back. And for us, it was quite a taxing experience because we didn't want to miss out anyone. So we went through each and every 100 of those, and then we had a final presentation with 6, so much so that we had to redo the presentations to get further deeper into the whole exercise. But a great experience for us. A lot of simple things which we, running the business for so long, seemed to overlook, came across from a lot of those case studies that we got back as answers. Really happy to have been associated with this program, and wish you all the success for many more such programs.
I thought it was quite an interesting angle of going outside the current box of Radio Mirchi people to see whether there were ideas out there, right? And I think that in itself for me as a concept was new, and to that extent it was exciting to see that play out in action. I believe you people got a far larger number of entries and you then sieved it down to the 20 that we finally heard from. I think it gives you far better perspective. Like I said, some of that just is a ratification of what you were thinking, but other is people who are experts in their own spaces trying to see how Mirchi could come into the space that they are domain experts in. These are perspectives that wouldn't have come to Mirchi if it was only about people who were working inside, right? So there is some fresh thinking that comes in.
Using the wide reach of the internet to source ideas for a business was something that we hadn't done before. So, well, we really tried to experiment this time. We were looking at finding some new ideas for what ENIL as a company could do, having already established Radio Mirchi as a brand. We were very clear that we didn't want ideas on programming or on revenue generation within the radio sphere. So I think the overall experience has been interesting. We've got quite a few ideas. We got a lot of diversity even in terms of the background that they were coming from. So yeah, the diversity was interesting, and I think age-wise, the places that they came from, all of that was quite interesting. I think the learning for us is that many times, because we are very close to our business, we don't realize what more we can do with our brand. But people who are at a distance, think that there are so many other opportunities that this brand can exploit. I remember the time when the team set up the entire equipment in our conference room, and the pains they took to make sure that the 20 people who had ideas for us, located all over the country, the way they were organized, the way the VCs were set up. We didn't, as clients, have to wait even for a few minutes. So I think it was just brilliantly organized, and I was very happy with the quality of the team that the company put out for us, and I think that was the highlight of the interaction actually.
Every moment of this exercise has been good for me, starting with the framing of the questions, getting people together, getting them to put the questions together, working with Dinesh on building the modalities for this. We didn't want to lose out a single idea, and getting them to go through each and evaluate was one hell of an exercise. And then putting them through the round for a business plan, and then going through the entirety of a business plan was again a phenomenal experience.
The more you guys expand your footprint, the better it becomes for industry to really be able to look outside their own current environment and see especially what consumers are thinking about for a brand that is as well known as Radio Mirchi, which exists in the consumer conscience. I think it's a fantastic model. So keep up the good work.